So yeah, we'll use the upsells for that then, no problem. Yeah. Okay. That should be fine. Then there's the organic launch sequence to go through again, and then paid ads. So
and along with the organic launch sequence, should we also have the messenger bots and everything else active and ready?
Messenger bots for
so that everybody who goes to the page, in case they don't buy through, we can just get them to opt into the messenger bot or something. Or if they're having doubts, they can always
like a chatbot, like a
chatbot. Like
support example, questions.
Yeah, we're doing the organic launch sequence. And
you can make a specific.
You want to talk and get something clear before you join.
Just, you can make a specific chat sequence that will go on the sales page. So we would have this, before under the buy button. If you still have a question, you can click a button to open up a messenger chat with one of our team.
True.
And they can have a conversation with you there.
True.
That's a specific bot you'd make with a specific link.
Yeah.
And it would pop up and say, this person wants to know about the 6-week challenge. They've come from the sales page.
True.
You can engage with them straight away. Really, we need to get all that foundational, the evergreen follow-up systems in place. Really, before doing any of this stuff, because you should have that evergreen system locked in.
So how do we do the evergreen system?
The email active campaign.
So that I can do it once I have the
active campaign account set up.
Yeah, it's all set up. I just need the template from you, and then I've already imported the 30-day newsletter. So that is on.
You got that, okay? The 30-day one, yeah.
So that's on standby right now.
You can edit emails.
Yeah, I've done 2 weeks of the emails on that.
Okay.
I tried running some, but the problem was there was some particular setting that which I didn't know about. So what happened, instead of going to the company's email, everything the replies got redirected to my personal account. So it was a bit confusing, and I didn't know how to do it. So I just paused it to
that would be the main setting somewhere where it all
applies to figure out that part.
Yeah.
So
we'll just ask Alex stuff like that, and he'll.
He told he'll show me. So once my laptop's fixed or once I get access, I can do it.
So you just need to finish the other 2 weeks, then you can duplicate it, and you can just ask Alex, say duplicate it so it's 60 days, and you can then make 4 new weeks of email content if you want. And I think after you've got 60 days, 8 weeks, I think that's enough just to repeat. We repeat the 2-month block over and or we put the automation to say when the person reaches the end of this, when they have received all those emails,
but they're not opened anything,
and they haven't bought anything, then it just triggers to go back to the start again.
True.
And they'll get email number 1.
True.
Straight away, and they just do that until they go somewhere. So that's the basic email system. When we come to messenger bots and things like that, then we're going to need certain different lead magnets and things to give away to get people into those channels.
True.
The Facebook group, that will kind of sell itself. It's just a free community.
Will we be having a free community?
If you want to create one.
Because last time we spoke, you said that would be redundant. We should not have it because we have the app coming for the.
Yeah, you can use the app to.
Maybe a free community on Facebook, but the inner circle is on the app.
It's up to you. If there's no free group right now, we'll just leave it. It's not a problem. But messenger bots, we'll need something to. Or again, it could just be simply like a subscribe for updates kind of bot. If you go to someone like Gary V's website, you'll see straight away. It loads up. It's not loading today, but usually has a pop-up thing here, which is click here to here it's Messenger. So if you want to join our community, click that and you'll be added into the messenger bot. So you can have something here like sign up here for first notification of things, be on the VIP list, on the update list. Kind of like with the newsletter, when we did the newsletter page where it's just get the newsletter, get the latest content and some discounts and giveaways and freebies. Subscribe here. which is the same thing with the messenger bot. And then we basically send out a messenger notification maybe once a week, which will be a link to one of your latest pieces of content that's just gone out there.
Yeah, you want all the content to be redirecting to the website? Or even what we've read on Instagram, I can just make it a piece of content on the website as well.
We're gonna have dozens of pieces of content. They don't all even link anywhere.
Ah, okay.
Are we talking about Instagram content, Facebook content, podcast content?
Like you said, you'll send a content on every week, right? So where should the content be placed?
It's going to be everywhere.
Okay. So wherever it is.
We're going to have YouTube, podcasts,
so we just send them
LinkedIn, Facebook,
places,
Instagram.
Yeah. Or like a weekly newsletter kind of thing on the messenger. Like, hey, this is the best content for the week.
It doesn't matter. You're going to have a link to send out each week, and you want to broadcast and tell all the messenger subscribers about it. We can just test if, maybe we try it as a blog post, maybe we try the YouTube link, maybe we try the podcast link.
What works, what doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. At that point, it doesn't really matter. We're just literally telling our community, we've got a brand new piece of content, go check it out. There's not an agenda behind it. When they get into the content stream, as we call it, one piece of content should link to another piece of content, which links to another piece of content and another one, and they should just keep this flow going. Like if you have a really well designed blog, for example, you never leave that blog without opening 3 more tabs, because you're in the middle of the post and it'll mention something else about if the blog post is about exercise, and it'll say we're talking about exercise in this post. Obviously, you know how important supplementation is, and supplementation will be linked to go to their ultimate guide on supplements.
And then that's where we do the upsell.
And you're like, okay, I'll click and I'll read that later, and you keep reading, and then there's going to be related post links.
No, I get your point.
It always every piece of content answers a question but asks a new question.
Like this crack.com. Like crack.com.
Crack.com.
Yeah, you should just check it out in a free month. This thing that you told. And once I go to the website, it takes me an hour to get out.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, did you see that? Did you see this? This is amazing.
That's it. Yeah, you go to like a YouTube spiral as well. So every video should always leave. Like if you watch a YouTube channel.
Yeah, and you keep going and going. Right?
At the end of the screen, you can pop up with the next video.
Something that's going to be relating to what you just saw, but a bit more interesting.
Exactly. Yeah. So they should keep this flow of content going all the way around.
All right.
Regardless, and then in the content will be links back to your offers, back to your website, back to the 6-week challenge page. If there's anything else really, if there's any way to put them, but your emails all have the signature call to action link as well, which is again, here's a few ways we can help you. Join our messenger bot list for early updates. You can sign up for our next 6-week challenge when it opens, or you can apply for our one-to-one coaching.
Cool. Do you also do an email blast, like when we start the launch of the 6-week challenge to our existing people? We are like around 10,000 on the email.
Yeah, that will go into the content launch we're doing. So you did it last time on Instagram, but that should be emailed out every day to everyone anyway.
As soon as I do the Instagram, it should be emailed out as well.
Yeah, because going through the content launch sequence, I give you the content for Instagram, but that needs to be repurposed everywhere for the best results. You don't have to, but
it's better.
So remember on the first day of the content launch, in like the 7 to 10 day sequence, it was about the attention grabber, wasn't it? It was like the big stat, the big problem.
True.
Where you opened a discussion about, hey guys, like this is a big problem. Yeah. So you easily send an email out that day saying, hey, I just went live, started a discussion about this, and this.
Go check
Click
it out.
here, go and I'd love to know your comments. What do you think about this problem? Click here, go to the live stream and leave me a comment.
True.
That's your email for the day. You're telling everyone to go back there, but you're just announcing that just happened.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So that's how you can tie email into that very easily. You don't have to go and write a new email about anything.
Repurpose the content properly.
Yeah. Okay. So, what questions do you have about the launch sequence overall?
I just wanted to get the proper structure done, so that because last time we did it, I have a clear idea of how to go about it, but you know, like how are we going to stretch it over maybe a period of like say 25 days or like you know like how to make it so that we don't it doesn't sound repetitive, you know, like every time we launch the program, if you go to like say start with the same sequence, like you know, did you know this is the big problem, but you know like how are we going to make it something that you know use repetitively?
Well, you know, again, it's not going to be repetitive to your audience, really. Like, so, you know, if that one major statistic is that big, what was that one I just showed you, the men's health awareness one, right? Then the men's health forum on their visions, they used the stat of, was it like 1 in 5 men die before the age of 65? That doesn't get repetitive if they say it again in a month from now.
True.
Because it's still the problem. You know, like the cancer, like the charities, like Comic Relief, they don't get repetitive next year telling you 1 in 3 African children are going to die of starvation.
But that's a fact.
Because they still are.
Yeah, true,
It's not repetitive or boring yet.
True.
So you haven't got to worry about that, because again, the people listening to this should be struggling with that problem too.
True.
If they're still struggling with it, they're not going to be bored of hearing it.
True, they won't need it.
The ones who already achieved it are, but then they're in different programs. They're not doing our 6-week challenge anymore. You know, the fit pros that are sick of like burnout and overwhelm,
true,
it's never repetitive for them. Because I talk about that every single day in my content, because I'm talking to them until they decide not to be that person anymore. But then they have a different problem later on.
So, for example, we start the same way we started last time, talking about the big problem.
But you can take other stats if you want to. If you want to bear it up, you can use other stats.
Different stats, but we start with the problem, right?
Yeah.
Any kind of problem, but a problem that relates to health and fitness in men. Then we start with that, and then you know, like, what do you think is a solution? Ask them the question, get the corner from the people, then repurpose the same and say, you know, like these are the things that you need for a successful program to work, and then say that we have the solution, take it from there. And so my question is, you know, like where do I plug in my old content from the last 6-week challenge? Like, so this is what we did already, and you know, it's working, something like that.
Well, let's have a look through the actual pieces here, right? Like the 8 parts of it. So, and which bits need to change? So the first part of the launch, if we're doing this over say 8 days or 8 pieces of content, the first piece is the opportunity, right? The problem and what's possible for them. You know, so again, it's exactly what that vision manifesto had, is 1 in 5 men die before 65. This can be prevented. That's the possibility.
True.
So we're saying guys are struggling with X, Y, Z, doesn't have to be that way, and you're living proof.
True.
Right? Or you could talk about maybe the confidence more, the mindset issue next time of these guys in India are struggling with confidence because India is the most depressed country in the world for young men.
It is.
But if I've achieved this confidence and physical transformation, and I've helped other guys do, anyone can, right? So that's pretty evergreen. That's not really gonna people. You can make a video or live about that every single week if you wanted to. That would never get repetitive. You talking about that every single week. Piece number 2, the frustrations and mistakes. Okay, again, this doesn't really change because people are making the same mistakes from the history of time, right? And so that can be the same thing as last time. You just say the same things because that doesn't change. Relation, telling a story, doesn't change much either. You know, Tony Robbins tells the same story about his growing up because that's his story.
True.
So it's the same with training as content. Like, you don't need to change things up as much as you think you do. People don't really get bored of it. And you can open up the 6-week challenge, but now you just actually say, look, we're opening up the 6-week challenge again. It's the second time we're running this. It was amazing the first time. We had loads of success stories, which we're going to share with you over the rest of this week. Because this is 6-week challenge launch week, and we're making a big deal. And you don't hide the fact. It's like, we're letting you know right now, we're soon to be opening the doors.
True.
This is like a party. It's like a big ongoing event.
True.
And you can have every time, you can have new success stories to share. You can have new updates to the challenge, like the app and things that weren't there last time. You know, which even makes it attractive for alumni to come back and do it again.
True.
And there can always be like an alumni rate where we can say, if you want to come back and do the challenge a second time, you'll get it for a better rate, you know.
True.
So content piece number 4 is then the solution, where we actually present, you know, the 6 week, so day 4, the 6 week challenge is launching. So look, day 1, 2 and 3, the problem, the frustrations and relating, that is content you could talk about every single day online. It's what the best people do talk about every single day. Piece number 4 just gives a specific solution in the form of the 6 week challenges coming up. So Tony Robbins, in his content, will talk about these 3 things every single day you ever hear about him. He's going to talk about people aren't performing at their best and they're living unhappy lives and don't need to. People are frustrated and make these mistakes. They don't get in state, they don't change their language, they don't set their habits, they don't work with mentors, right? And he tells his story. Look, I know because I came from this background and now I do this and I've helped 3 million people around the world. Like, he says it so often, you can just repeat it. But I've never once heard him say that and go, that's boring now. You know, because it's true. But then, every January, Tony is suddenly going to spring on us a solution and say, it's UPW time. UPW tickets are going on sale for March. Now is the time to get them.
Always aware.
You know UPW selling season is coming up, but you're not, you know, football teams do it, speakers do it, celebrities do it, musicians do it. It's not.
You just keep the problem constantly on their mind.
Yeah.
And make them keep them aware so that, you know, when the time comes to buy, they're ready to do it.
Yeah, like I mean, this should be no different to your regular content anyway. It's only now we're putting it specifically to keep it focused, and on day 4, we launch. We tell people it's that time. We're opening up the second 6 week challenge. Okay, this is open. We have the pre-order or early bird opening list right now. For example, maybe it could be a special rate or a special bonus if you buy before the end of this week during this selling period. Or it could just be, if you want, just you could just collect the names of those who are interested and build an interest list and open the cart a few days later if you want to as well. So we probably do that here. 6 week challenge is happening. You know, here's everything we're gonna get. Here are the new updates. You know, and if you're interested in just getting more info on this, drop your name below or hit this messenger bot or whatever we want to do. Email us, messenger bot, comments on a Facebook post, DM us if you want to be added to the first interest list that you're really interested, and you'll be the first ones to get accepted in. The next day then is inspiration and success stories. So we'll finish day 4 by saying tomorrow we're going to share some success stories and interviews with clients from the last one. So the day 5, if you can even get together a live stream or a Zoom call with 4 or 5 of the previous challengers who had good success stories, and you could actually do a Q&A panel with them.
We can do that on Instagram. You know, I can always invite a guy on board.
Yeah. Or a live, like an ongoing live cast where one at a time and you interview them.
Okay.
So the former clients are giving you the content now.
True.
If you're under that live, and then people on the line could even ask the clients their questions.
True.
So if you're listening to this right now and you know, he'll tell a story, how the 6 week challenge helped him. Say to all the hundreds of people listening in right now thinking about the 6 week challenge, what would you say to them?
True.
They'll say you should do it, it'll be amazing, it's well worth the money. And you can put it to the audience, say, do you guys have a question for John about the challenge? Maybe John can answer it for you, and he will start answering objections for you. So that becomes a very powerful day the more we do this.
True.
You know. The next day is the call to action again. This is the full-on pitch, which just recaps everything so far. This is nothing new. This is more, today we're officially opening the doors. You know, it's on sale from midnight. Today it's open. We've got 200 spots. This is who it's for. It's all on the sales page. These are the success stories. These are the bonuses. Like buy now, basically. That's it. And if you want to contact us to ask any questions, use this link. And then the following couple of days are just like the follow-ups. So day 7, again, just pitch again, but remind them of the limitation. remind it's closing on Monday, or there's only 50 spots left, or whatever. And then finally the next day, one more day of follow-up is the last chance. Today's the last day, last 12 hours, last 6 hours. You can make several pieces of content for that. They'll send out several emails.
True.
12 hours to go, 6 hours to go, 4 hours to go. You can be making posts up until midnight, and you'll make more and more sales.
I've seen some people, they go all the way up to that. Then they say, because oh my god, so much demand goes up, extended for one more fucking day.
Yeah, and people, even the day after it's closed, you'll still get sign-ups coming in.
I got sign-ups for the first program up till already 1 week into the program. After which, I had to stop it if I want to run the thing, well, okay guys, no more, wait for the next program.
So that's the recap. So you see, nothing really does change.
So content-wise, we just have to stretch it out for the next 20 days, plan the day.
Well, this is over 1 week, 8 days or so.
So we keep repeating it every week for 2-3 weeks?
No. You don't need to do this full-on launch until we're
ready to do it.
That far away. Because remember, the first 3 days is not even pitching anything.
So the first 3 days is what I start doing right now. I just keep talking about the problem.
When we go through the content strategy, these 3 things are actually 3 themes out of 5 of my content strategy that you should be posting about every single day anyway. So this is how we get 64 pieces of content. You can't make 60 top 10 tips posts a day. It's got to be a range of themes.
True.
But these are the biggest ones. The big goal, what they're frustrated with, and you relating to that story is 90% of your day-to-day content.
Very true.
Because isn't that what people are actually following you for?
True.
Because you've touched on their frustrations and mistakes. Mm-hmm. You've related to them with your story, and you've inspired them of what's possible.
True.
There's nothing else to do in content.
True.
Really. So if we launch on a Monday, this would start like the Sunday before. So it would be the Sunday would be the opportunity, quick Sunday evening engagement.
And post-launch we keep talking about the same things, right? The awareness of the issue and that it's going on, go join it kind of a thing.
Post-launch after the challenge has started?
No. See, launch as in the sales opens today.
Mm-hmm.
When we'll have till the sales open is when these 8 days are there, right?
The cart will open, well, you can open it whenever you want to, but usually on day 6, is either day 4 or day 6 we open the cart.
Okay, and you have the sales coming in for the next 5 to 10 days, or?
So we'd have 3 to 4 days, 3 to 5 days if you do it.
That's enough?
Yeah, should be. Mm-hmm. So, it's more than enough really. So if that was Sunday, this would be a Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday here you're opening the cart. Mm-hmm. If you want to open it on day 4. Mm-hmm. And then you've got day 5 is more success stories. Good, day 6 is another just solid call to action. Mm-hmm. Day 7. So if you start it here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of selling. And you can't really do more than that because your audience will get sick of it otherwise.
True. So make it a very short 8 to 10 day maximum thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's it. So does that help with that, or do you have any other questions?
No, I'm good.
They're all more detailed in the rest of this document then.
And I have the other document that you sent me earlier, right? The product launch sequence thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can always go through and
yeah. We've got the same links are all still in here about India and everything, so this is all there in full detail.
Sure.
But the point is, it's not that any one of these days works amazingly well, it's the fact that for a whole week
we keep the awareness and focus on the same thing.
There's a buzz going about the challenge starting.
On the same thing, so like they start reacting to it.
Yeah, they should know tomorrow, you're still going to talk about the challenge tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And when it started, then for the week after that, you're just sharing insights from the challenge. Oh, these guys are doing so well, these guys are loving it, these guys are down 2 kilos already. Mm-hmm. And you're just giving them FOMO to really, it burns them for the next one then.
So the guys who wanted but missed it, who are on the fence, we get on the hype for the next one. And we can start building a waiting list for the next one.
That's it, yeah. If you want to be on the first notification list for the next one.
Swipe up.
Mm-hmm. So you can do an early bird rate. So maybe if you launched on day 4, you do early bird for early bird price for 2 days.
You can say for the first 50 people or something like that, so that like there's a demand.
Yeah. So That'll be the Sunday. So Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, it could be like that early bird rate. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday it goes to the regular launch price. You could even say as well, if people do want to join in the first week, there's an extra fee.
True.
A late starters fee.
True.
To make sure they get in early. And then basically with running the ads, we can do a number of things. I wanted to,
build a list first.
I actually just want to. We can test just running straight ads to the sales page.
Yeah.
It's always best to start with the least likely scenario and see could that actually convert? Because with cheap clicks we can get over there, and your
probably with a good sales page, you should be able to convert easily.
Yeah, and we can test because we can test, a general audience of men interested in fitness and health supplements in India, run them to the page. We could run the same ad to another audience of people that have engaged in like your Facebook and Instagram stuff in the last 3 months, which would be a much smaller list, but it would send those. We could even plug in your email list, which is how many?
10,000 right now.
So we can plug that into Facebook, and Facebook will send a Facebook ad only to those 10,000 people.
Makes sense.
Or the 8,000 or so who will match up with an email address. And we can actually see those 3 audiences, completely cold, social engagement, or email subscribers.
See what works.
The same advert to the same page, and see actually
who works.
If any convert and what the cost differences are. And if we find that you can get a cold conversion for, and this is the thing, the more our back end system again is really optimized, you can afford to spend more on a cold conversion. If we know we're going to get a good upsell rate, if we know about 50% of those who actually do the challenge can be upsold into coaching later, and we know the lifetime value of a back end client, and the coaching is what, 150 a month, something like that, right?
Almost 200.
200 a month. So if they're going to stay for at least 3 months, we've got at least a $600 lifetime value of a customer. So if it costs us, for example, $100 in advertising spend to make one $80 challenge sale, it still works out for us, really. As long as we can wait the 6 weeks. To unless the supplement upsells might
cash flow to run that.
Yeah, the supplement upsells might liquidate that cost. And yeah, as long as we've got a cash flow cycle where we can wait 6 weeks to get the big upsell, which again most companies don't have. If we can afford that time, and we can afford to spend more money because we have a good upsell, we have a better hand for marketing. And we're going to throw Facebook $100 all day long.
Yeah.
And the thing with that is that's why I always tell people, the goal of advertising is not to get the cheapest leads possible. That's a mistake. That's what the ads experts tell you, but it's not. The goal in business is to get these people to spend the most to get the client and still make a profit. Exactly. So
when you spend the most, you chuck your competitors out.
Exactly. If we're throwing down $1,000 a day to get 10 sales a day,
nobody else is going to be able to get them done.
And yeah, someone else tries. Oh, I want that male 20 to 25-year-old market.
I'm not going to fucking get it
for my $10 a day budget. Facebook, no, we're not going to show your ad. This guy pays more.
Yeah, makes sense.
So and we can work on then reducing that control. And what will happen again as markets saturate? That might work for a year or two.
And then come up with a new strategy.
And then either Facebook ad costs are naturally going to keep increasing anyway, or more competitors will come onto the market
to spend more.
And our costs will start creeping up to $150 a sale, $200 a sale maybe. And at that point, that's when we can now bring in. We add an extra layer to the front end funnel where we would warm an audience up. So maybe we then start running, video views ads. And we're going to do those anyway.
Okay, and
we're gonna be building a video views audience regardless with $5-10 a day anyway.
Okay, so build some cheap audience and figure who reacts to your content and then target them with a more paid advertisement.
Yeah, so what most people, the proper linear sense is you would run video view adverts